Hey man, just giving you a quick call. I just wanted to let you know that you are so close, dude. You're so much closer than you think. A lot of these big goals that we've had and these big aspirations, they're right around the corner for you, dude. So you just cannot give up. So stoked for you to see this. P.S. We bought a Lambo. So keep going, bro. We'll talk soon. Peace.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Bryson. This is the Bryson Everyday Project podcast. This podcast is a little bit different than other ones out there. Here, I only focus on documentation. I don't focus on quality or being professional or being entertaining. If that sounds like something you're interested in, I'd love for you to stick around and give the show a listen. You can also follow me on Instagram at BRQUSE. Thank you so much. Here's the show. All right, another day has come and gone, and I still haven't uploaded a goddamn show. All good, but it is what it is. So I'm going to record this one at 7:78, and then it's a date night, so I'm going to record this, and we'll probably be leaving shortly after. So I'm not going to do that tonight because I'm not going to just record or upload one. I need to upload all of them. So from 6:78 to now, got to work on all of those. And if you are a consistent listener and you listen to every single show, and you are currently listening as I record these, it's a lot of the same shit, so I apologize, but just documentation for all the future listeners. So anyway, the more I think about the whole podcast thing that I'm doing, the more I think this is just a great way to share my thoughts of what I'm doing and what I'm working on, because I'm very confident that we'll have some sort of transcription for the entire show, and I'll be able to build an ultimate timeline and hopefully extract key lessons and timestamp when I learned certain things and when I made pivots and when I made changes. And we have a whole backlog, just a whole timeline of how I completed everything that I completed. So never mind the listenership, never mind anything like that. It'll be cool. I'll probably be one of the only people in the entire world that have ever recorded a show for 20 years straight, or who have over 7,300 episodes for sure. So that's cool. But yeah, I don't know. If anything, maybe it's gotten me better at reflecting on my day. Maybe it's helped me with articulating my thoughts, even though I don't feel like I've gotten better at that whatsoever. When I consciously focus on trying to speak better, I feel like I do much better. We're only 2 minutes in, but I haven't said or like. I love that. I feel like I'm embracing the pause more. It's something that I guess I've learned from this guy's name. His name is Vin. Is it Vin? It's Vin. He's some Asian guy. He teaches how to be a better stage, what do they call that? Public speaker. And how to carry yourself, how to speak, how to pause, how to use your voice like a melody instead of being monotone like this the entire time and never going up or down. He just teaches you how to go from one point to the next point and make it sound good instead of sounding like this. So that's kind of what he does. I haven't looked into any of his stuff or what he actually sells or anything like that, but a lot of his free social media stuff has been great. I really envy people who can speak so fluidly and say exactly what is on their mind, not from speaking their mind, but just say whatever is in their brain and just get that out in words so perfectly in sync with whatever is in their head. Just envy that. That's just such a skill. What a superpower, especially in today's world where I think most people are just fucking stupid. So to be able to stand out from the stupidity, I was about to say stupidness, but is that a word? Probably not. Who gives a fuck, dude? Anyway, so today, nothing crazy. Just continued working on the app idea I have. I made, like I said yesterday, I made so much progress on this. Everything looks great. I even got custom fonts going. I wouldn't say custom fonts. I downloaded the Montserrat font. I think that font is sick. If anybody else is into graphic design or likes anything like that, Montserrat, that's some good ass font. It's just so clean. It's just so clean, especially when you're in all caps and you do I don't know what the measurement is, but a 100, maybe it's pixel. Can't be pixel. 100. I don't know what the fucking measurements are. It's got to be 100. 100 pixels per spacing per letter. it just looks clean, looks minimal, looks great, and I like it a lot. It really fits the theme or the flow of everything that I'm building here. I've actually, dude, I'm just so hyped about this. I'm so excited about this. I'm just thinking through what everything is and what it means and how to get more accomplishments, how you can track things, and it's cool. This is cool because everything is coming along so smoothly. Every time there's a hiccup or a bug or something, I fix it relatively quickly. I know my way around the code a little bit to know, for example, how to adjust the size of an image or how to change the color of the font. And if anybody's a software developer listening to me say that, you're probably thinking, yeah, no shit, you just Control F. Or yeah, no shit, you just look at the I guess, what do you call it? I don't even know. The construct, the parameters, I don't know. The brackets, you can see what's inside. I don't know. But yeah, control effing is a superpower because some of these files have 3,000 lines of code. And what's crazy to think is that I'm using AI for all of this, but softwares or operating systems like Windows and Mac have millions of code, and they were made before people even had AI. So to think that a team coded over 1 million lines of code, that's insane. 1 million. Millions, plural. It's incredible. But anyway, I don't really know what else to talk about that hasn't already been said about what I'm working on. So I will say that I have just been going through and making sure things work the way they should. And I know I've talked about this before, but there are certain things that I have noticed that just don't work. And so I have skipped them and with the intent to just come back. And I've done just that. And now I'm fixing a lot of different things. There's a lot of things that I actually can't. Oops. Build failed. So there we go. So now we got to fix a whole bunch of shit. I had it run a lot of things earlier and I never got back to it. So now I'm coming back to, I just sat down to record the show. So now I'm coming back to the issues that were created from this last prompt. And I just have to think through the logic and think through every case and avenue and things like that. I say that all the time, but if you know 75 hard, then you'll know what I'm talking about. But there needs to be something that happens when you complete a task. There needs to be something that happens when you forget. There needs to be something that happens when you fail. What does the screen look like? What do the buttons do? What are the options? Things like that. I'm trying to keep it on the more difficult side. People say that. So people soften up the 75 hard program because they say it's too hard, which, as Andy puts it perfectly, that's the whole reason why they're in the situation that they are in life. It's because they always try to make things easier. They don't just accept things the way they are for what they are. They try to soften it up, do it their own way. But that's exactly why they don't have the body they want. They don't have the career they want. They don't have the partner they want. And that, again, that's just the exact reason. So I know that I'll be able to find the people who are into this stuff because you just, for example, like I was thinking about this earlier, anybody who's completed 75 hard, if they can prove it to me, I'll just give them lifetime access to the thing forever. That's something I truly believe in, right? So I could start every ad or every post off with, if you've done 75 hard, people who have, I would say that they're probably instantly, holy fuck, that's me. What's he going to say? And then boom, I'm in, But hopefully I find the people who actually need the help and they come across it and I'm able to help them out, I think that this will be cool to share around, get friends and family on here and do something, do friend group blades or whatever. I don't know. Get together as a family if you're listening, commit to doing some shit for X amount of days, and then, we could do that. So, and then share it off and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, that's pretty much what I've been doing. Just going through, making sure everything works. I really want to start working on some other features, such as the little feed, the mini social media part of all of this, the community aspect. I'm sure that'll present some errors because there's a lot of, I don't know what you call it, but right now everything is private to one user. And so when I allow multiple people to see multiple people's public information, I'm sure that'll present some issues and some errors. I'm sure it'll be very frustrating, but that'll be very cool because we have blades, tasks, stats, medals, and then the fifth one, because there's really only room. I mean, there's room for probably 8, but I don't want to put 8. I want to keep it at 5. Seems like most apps, there's only 3 or 4 options at the bottom, and then there's a top left one. I mean, shit, let's just open up Instagram really quick. What does it look like? So Instagram for me, I've got the plus button at the top left, which is for a new post. I've got the top right button, which is for my likes, which is so fucking weird. It should be DMs. They moved it for me. And then the bottom, there's 5. There's home. I think that's Reels. Messages now. The search. And then my profile. And I just got a message and it says, "Hey Bryson, I have a friend looking for a social media manager to manage his auto repair business online. Is this kind of what you are doing?" No. Not even close. I appreciate this person thinks it's an old coworker. I need to mark it as unread so I don't forget to respond. She's old, so it's fine. I know if you're not familiar with technology, and I know, then I know. You probably don't get stuff. I get it. I know. But look at my profile. What about it says I manage social media? You know, I don't know. It's all good. So anyway, yeah, just going through making sure everything works before I move on and create a whole mess of things later on for me to fix. So everything right now seems to be working exactly as intended, and I'm pumped about it. I'm almost wondering why. Why is everything nice right now? Because, yeah, I mean, there's just so many things I want to make better. I mean, what might be a pain in the ass is going through and assigning the requirements of each individual rank or each individual medal or progression or whatever, because that I believe that to be one of the key components of this entire thing. So, and there's just going to be so many, so I got to figure that out. I'll have to figure out how to, one, isolate all these emblems and icons so that they are PNGs with no background, they're crisp, they're nice, they're HD, and that I can upload them, give them a name, make sure that I know the name and what the name is, give all the medals a name in the app of what the accomplishment even is, create all the programming or whatever the logic of how it's achieved. So if it's complete 100 days in a row of a task, they're going to have to do that. Of course they're going to have to. I'm going to have to ensure that it works when they complete day 100. And the only way to do that is to fake add a whole bunch of data that says I've done it for 99 days, make today the 100th day, and then see what happens when I click complete. That's what I'm going to have to do. And it's all good, but there's just going to be a lot to it. And there's going to be other things that are multiple requirements. So you have to do this and this. So there needs to be the back end verification, just like any video game. You can't unlock this area or go through this door unless you have got level 10 in this, level 20 in this, level 30 in this, and completed the quest Bob's Candle. I don't know. So there's a lot, but I think that'll be exciting because these emblems and what they mean, what they signify, I think that's cool. Maybe I give a fuck way too much about that stuff and other people couldn't care as much, but regardless, I do believe within my heart that this will be a core component or a core reason why this succeeds, because so many other platforms have awards and badges, but they're so fucking, if you ask me, they're so stupid. I mean, with Everfit and Trainerize, you get these awards that say you lifted a elephant today because you lifted, I don't know, 3,000 pounds, I don't know, whatever the fuck it is, but it's this cartoon drawing of a happy elephant and then smiley zoo animals next to it. Get the fuck out of here, dude. That's not what I'm trying to do. That's not motivating to me. That makes me feel like I'm playing a little kids app. why am I seeing zoo animals with smiley faces when I'm trying to better myself as a man? You know, I don't know. So that's just what I think. So anyway, I think that's it. I think that's all I got. So the 0 streak of podcast episode uploads continues. Matter of fact, let's just open it up real quick, see if I have gotten 0 listeners. Still haven't. That's cool. Again, like I said, we on November 24th reached 3. Today we have 16. Yesterday we had 15. The day before 42. The day before 65. The day before 39. I don't know what happens. I don't know who listens, why. I'm grateful. Then I don't know. All right, well, that's all I got for today's show. I'm going to go get ready for date night. Today is Friday. It's not Saturday like normal. Just had to move some things around, but yeah. Love you guys. Thanks for the support. Peace out.